Welcome to the debate. Today, we're looking at a major shift in modern relationships. We're living in the era of the anxious generation, where swipe culture has made dating just highly inefficient, exhausting, and frankly, often dangerous. Enter Yuvim. This platform is proposing a pretty radical shift. They want to replace anonymity with mandatory Know Your Customer protocols.
Right, essentially bank-level identity verification.
Exactly. Bank-level verification and an exhaustive reference system. So the central question we are exploring today is this. Can a platform demand invasive transparency, meaning biometrics and testimony from your friends, to guarantee safety without becoming a surveillance nightmare? I argue that this rigorous vetting, specifically the mandatory identity and reference checks, is the only path to what they call conscious marriage. It ensures platform security while fundamentally protecting the user.
And see, I view it as a privacy precipice. While safety is obviously paramount, I believe this protocol borders on authoritarian data collection. We really need to challenge the balance between security and liberty here, especially when a platform asks for everything from detailed financial history to psychometric profiling before you have even had a first date.
Well, you call it authoritarian, but Yuvim calls it high friction, and that's by design. The platform isn't for casual dating. It actually adheres to IAMBRA, the International Marriage Broker Regulation Act, and GDPR standards. This is about legally protecting users from fraud and catfishing. By requiring that ID verification and a 60-question personality profile right up front, they filter out unserious candidates immediately. I mean, if you aren't willing to answer question S4 about family violence history or S55 detailing your active debts, are you actually ready for the transparency that marriage requires?
We aren't just talking about verifying a name to stop a scammer from taking your money. We are talking about commodifying human complexity into data points. When you require a candidate to disclose if they have common custody of children or detail their specific attachment style based on Bartholomew's theories, you're stripping away the natural discovery process of romance. You're asking for total vulnerability to a database, not a person.
I would argue the database is safer than the chaos of modern dating, but let's look at the reference system because this directly addresses how they balance personal privacy with platform safety. Yuvim uses a blind reference mechanism. Candidates have to provide 2 to 3 references, usually family or friends, who answer specific behavioral questions. For example, question S13B asks, have you seen them damage physical objects in anger? Now here is the crucial insight. The candidate never sees these specific answers. They only see a composite score.
Which is exactly what worries me.
It eliminates the social friction that usually stops friends from warning potential partners about red flags. It enforces honesty, protecting the platform while completely protecting the privacy of the reference.
Right, but that anonymity is the problem. You are effectively crowdsourcing a credit score for human character. Look at question S149 in the source material. It asks references to judge if the candidate is financially responsible, or the questions probing sexual health knowledge. These are highly subjective metrics. A jealous friend, an ex with a grudge, or just a simple misunderstanding could tank someone's prospects via a red flag algorithm they can't even see to dispute. You are treating hearsay as objective data.
It's not treated as hearsay, though. It's treated as risk management. The Yuvim Safety Index is transparent math. It's not a black box. The formula is explicit. Red flags are multiplied by 10, yellow flags by 3, minus the green flags. This quantifies risk objectively. When question S147 asks a reference about addiction tendencies, that is a critical data point designed to protect vulnerable parties, which statistically are often women, from entering abusive situations. It prioritizes physical safety over the candidate's comfort.
But you cannot reduce human relationships to a calculated risk score without losing something vital. Even if the data is encrypted, the platform is collecting incredibly sensitive information. Question S62 asks candidates to disclose past sexual trauma. You mentioned S55 regarding exact debt amounts earlier. You argue this is safety. I argue this is informational surrender. Informed consent is a weak shield when the entry fee for love is handing over the keys to your entire private history.
Yet, in a digital world that is just rife with deception,
Yuvim's verified trust model creates a sanctuary. By front-loading the vulnerability, sharing these truths in a protected, mediated environment, you allow for a connection based on reality, not a curated online persona. It removes the mask.
That is the trade-off. We are potentially trading our right to privacy for a false sense of security, handing our deepest secrets to an algorithm in hopes of a guarantee that life rarely offers. It risks sterilizing romance through excessive bureaucracy.
It is certainly a pivotal shift from simply finding love to aggressively vetting partners.
Indeed. And listeners will have to decide if that safety guarantee is worth the privacy price tag.
Thank you for listening to the debate.